yards for Fullerton College in that first half of action. They were able to run it 10 times for 64 yards, but just 10 times. I think you might want to get something going on the ground here in the second half against Mount Sac. But here's the thing about it, Brian. You know, you're down by 27. You only got a half of football left to play. Time's not on your side. Time is not of the essence if you're Fullerton College. You can't really afford to run the football a whole lot, even if it is effective.
Well, this is where it's a dilemma for Fullerton College to get points on the board and really not take too much time off the clock.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Verhey a keep, and he's taken down in the backfield. Taekwon Glass coming from the secondary, combining with Joseph Bryant to bring down Verhey in the backfield for a loss of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
This defense is really gaining a lot of confidence.
Are they
here.
good or what?
Capitalizing on a turnover by Verhey and hauling it in for a touchdown, and then giving them a cushion right now to work with. They just look a little bit more active. They're shooting the gap very well here in this second half, really getting to the Hornets quickly off of their line with 3 down linemen right now. We'll see what happens.
They're in long. They'll hand it off to Wilson. Interesting play call there, and he's down after a pickup of 1 to the 35, and the Hornets will be forced to punt. Very questionable 3rd and long play call right there. And the Mounties up by 27 with 13 minutes remaining in this third quarter. We'll get the football back.
A delayed handoff on 3rd and long.
That didn't even look like a handoff delay. That just looked like a straight give to the running back, Wilson.
Yeah, and, body language tells a lot. You don't have to say anything, but if your body language displays what Fullerton College is showing, they're pretty frustrated out there on the field.
Hyman to boot it away, high spiraling kick. Aaron Vons will call for a fair catch and make it at his own 25-yard line. So up by 27 with 12:44 remaining in the third. The Mounties will take over on offense for the first time here in this second half, and the Mounties extended that lead just 33 seconds into this third quarter of action. C.D. Tama Avena with a scoop and score from Mount Sac, the second time in the game that Joey Verhey, the Fullerton quarterback, has fumbled the football.
And that one proves costly, as the last one really didn't do much for the Mounties. They made them cough it up near the end zone, but they were ultimately pinned back on a 3-and-out and had to punt the ball away. This one, of course, providing a touchdown.
Allo will come out, empty backfield, 5-wide set. Snap is back, he'll set his feet, throw towards the far sideline, and a dangerous pass as it sailed way over the head of his intended target, the tight end Stephen Short. Malcolm Postel, the 6'1 freshman DB for Fullerton College, had a chance at picking that, but he was unable to do so. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Allo did float that ball a little more than he had to, and fortunately fell incomplete.
2nd and 10 here. Bubble screen on a hop to Ryan Simpson, incomplete. 27-point lead for the Mounties. So much time left to go with 12:38 remaining here in the third quarter. But when do you start to think about bringing in some of the second stringers, the third stringers from Mount Sac? I never thought I'd be saying that in the playoffs, but here we are, Mount Sac 30-3.
I'm not sure if you do. Chris. I mean, yeah, in the regular season, because you don't want these guys to get hurt before their next game. But this is the playoffs, and you can never be satisfied.
There might not be a next
with
game.
A 27-point lead. That's nothing.
Maybe by the fourth quarter, though. If it's a sizable lead, you want to stay healthy for what's potentially another rematch with Riverside. Allo going to shoot one over the middle here, and it's incomplete. Tredante Hill, the intended target. So the Mounties run their first 3 offensive plays of the third quarter, and 3 incomplete passes. They'll be forced to punt. The second 3-and-out of the afternoon forced by the Fullerton College defense.
That was the first one, though, since early on in the first quarter there, Chris. So the Mounties really clicking offensively and defensively. Bad news for Fullerton College.
Christian Fulham, for just the second time today, going to punt it away. Fullerton brings some pressure. And back to get it, it's Ryan Marcush from his own 35. Has lots of room to the far side of the field and is absolutely blown up at the 50-yard line. There is a penalty marker that did fly in to the far side of the field before Ryan Marcush was able to return that punt for 13 yards. We'll await the call from the officiating crew down on the field. 12:25 remaining in the third quarter. It's 30-3 Mount Sac.
Blown up was an understatement. He got absolutely drilled by the Mounties. That was Nicholas Lewis, the DB, on the coverage for the Mounties, as they're looking to send still another message to this Fullerton College team and making sure that they come up empty-handed here as the Hornets march onto the field for another possession in the second half.
Still no call from the officiating crew down on the field as to what the penalty was. But apparently it was against Mount Sac, as the ball spot will move up 5 yards to the 45-yard line of the Mounties, and the second best starting field position of the day for Fullerton College. Last time they started in Mountie territory, they were able to come away with a field goal. 30-3, the Mounties lead with 12:25 remaining in the third quarter. Chris Sylvester alongside Brian Tabajay on the Mountie Football Radio Network. The Hornets come out in a 4-wide set, 2 are aligned to each side. The lone back is Aron Maxwell. Maxwell in motion from the far side of the field to the near side of the field. The snap is back for Hay under duress. Will throw over the middle and threw it behind his intended target, the tight end, Tim Holt. Incomplete, and just kind of sums up the day it's been for Joey Verhey. You look at the stats, not half bad, but it just hasn't been the freshman's afternoon, per se.
Not at all, and it has to be somewhat frustrating as well, but they have to turn things around here quickly. With 12:21 left to go in the third quarter, you got to see if Verhey can string together a few passes here to get something going for this offense. 2nd and
10. He'll dump off a screen pass out of the backfield. Maxwell.
And it's another
tripped up right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
It's
so conservative. You're down 27 points.
And that's what I'm saying right now.
You can't continue to call plays like that and expect to come back from a 27-point deficit.
So the other game that's on right now in the
Northern California
game between American River College and Butte.
Butte, the defending state champs.
Like in the third quarter, American River is up 20-17.
Wow. And the other one, San Francisco, looks like they have a sizable lead on Shabbat. Verhey going down in the backfield once again.
San Francisco up 28-7 at half on Shabbat. As Verhey, like you mentioned, Chris, brought down again by this Mounties defense. And, if they don't start to put some points on the board here for Fullerton College, that clock is the ally for the Mounties, not for the Hornets.
Another 3 and out for Fullerton College, and it was once again Eliasanoa Aluesi in the backfield to get Verhey. Loss of 5, and now whistles will blow. Coach Jabs will take his first charge timeout here of the second half with 11:15 remaining in the third quarter. It's 30-3, Mount Sac all over Fullerton College, and it'll be a punt for Casey Iman out of the timeout.
Let's go Fullerton.
So the Hornets trying to spark anything really in the second half, and they've looked really flat in the start of the third quarter. Down 30-3. It's an uphill climb to get over these Mounties here, down 27 points. And
well, the fans still believe, huh?
Yeah, they're here. They're showing some love.
We can hear them from all the way up here in the booth. Out of the timeout, Casey Iman, who's been a busy man punting away the football for Fullerton College. On to boot another one off. In the first half, 3 punts for Iman. This is his second one here of the second half. 30-3 Mounties. 11:15 remaining in the third quarter. Aaron Vaughn stands right at his own 10, back deep to receive the punt. Snap is back. Iman, a high spiraling kick, and Vaughn's will call for a fair catch and make it at the 12-yard line. So that's where Allo and the offense will take over with 11:07 remaining. And the Mounties, they've started deep in their own territory a lot so far in this game, but it hasn't been a problem as they've scored on 5 of their 7 offensive possessions.
Let's see if they take a shot down the field on first down or second down. I mean, Allo has been utilizing his big receivers on the outsides all game long, and right now Fullerton College has no answers on the outside. As long as it stays one-on-one coverage down there, there's a good chance that one of his receivers will come down with the ball.
Once again, score updates from Northern California. San Francisco 28, Shabbat 7 at the half. And American River leading the defending state champion Butte College 20-17. That game 4:19 in the third quarter. Certainly a lot closer than this contest. A 27-point lead for the Mounties, and the give will go to Omaris Tolbert, who's taken down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Just gobbled up by that Hornets defense there. Really had nowhere to go. Tolbert trying to find a lane up the near side of the field and just kind of cut up towards the middle and got gobbled up for a short gain there, if there was any gain.
2nd and 10. Omaris Tolbert, I hate to knock on anything that the Mounties have done offensively, but he certainly hasn't had anything close to his best game tonight.
Good thing for Fullerton College, right?
Allo to throw on a 2nd and 10. The rush coming, just gets it off at the last moment.
Wow.
And what a grab it would have been by Ryan Simpson, but he couldn't hang on with one hand, incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
So Fullerton College bringing the blitz there and really disrupting Allo. Allo, of course, throwing off balance and throwing somewhat of a wild ball towards the end of the sideline there, and luckily was not picked off. Nearly completed for a pass, but fell incomplete, and will be 3rd down very quickly here.
This is the Mounties' 2nd offensive possession of the second half. The first one, a 3-and-out. Fullerton on the defensive side trying to force the same thing here. A 2-back set, 3 wide set, 2 are aligned to the far side of the field. The snap is back, Allo to throw. Has some time in the pocket. He's going to air it out deep. Derek Macon is wide open, and the ball was underthrown, incomplete. He couldn't come back and get it. And the Mounties, another 3-and-out, they'll be forced to punt. Derek Macon literally didn't have anyone within 15 yards of him. If Allo throws that ball on the money, we're talking about an 88-yard touchdown, but instead it's an incompletion.
Yeah, too bad for Macon because he just lost a step as he almost tipped over before he even dove out for that ball. But, you know, Allo missing by a yard or two on that throw and a blown coverage or just a straight one-on-one coverage on a go route, and he beat his man simply.
Fullerton brings the pressure on the punt. Christian Fulham gets it off. It's a good punt. Ryan Marcush from his own 39-yard line. He'll try to find some room to the near side across the 45 into Mountie territory, down inside the 40-yard line of the Mounties, and he's pushed on out of bounds right around the Mountie 35-yard line, so it'll be the best starting field position of the afternoon for Fullerton College. And still, like I said, Bryant, plenty of time left to go in this one. 10:09 remaining in the third quarter, but a 27-point deficit for a Fullerton team that hasn't looked good offensively at all.
They need to be a little bit more aggressive. We're talking about how conservative they've been, and they're down 27 points. You can't keep checking the ball down and throwing underneath or dumping it off for screen passes. You got to take shots down the field. And
we saw him do it once, and it was just a bad throw from Joey Verhey.
You know, and he hasn't looked comfortable in the pocket. They're making him, they're disrupting his presence.
No quarterback looks comfortable in the pocket against the Mounties front. 1st and 10 from the Mountie 35. Trips right for Fullerton College. Verhey has his bat tipped in the air, and it's picked off by the Mounties. The 3rd turnover of the game for Fullerton College. And this time, for the Mounties, it was Tuiasa Sobolelli for the Mount San Antonio College Mounties.
So wash away the best starting field position for the Hornets in the game, and Mount Sac makes them pay after a block on a pass and an interception for the Mount San Antonio defense. They've done nothing but dominate in this game so far.
The 3rd turnover forced by the Mounties. It's interception number 7 on the season, thrown by Joey Verhey, and the Mounties will take over at their own 35. 30-3, Mounties, 10:02 remaining third quarter. They give to Omaris Tolbert, who's up ahead to the 36 for 1. Seemingly, for the Mounties on offense, it's been everybody's day except for Omaris Tolbert.
And that's the only bright spot for Fullerton College, because if they had to deal with Tolbert,
silver lining for that defense.
If they had to deal with Tolbert as well, the score would be a lot higher.
Play action here. Allo shoots one over the middle, and his pass is now intercepted. Back for Fullerton College, it was Marcus Kirkpatrick, the 5'10 freshman DB, who caught the ball as it was tipped in the air. Christopher Gilchrist, the intended target, and it's Allo's first interception thrown of the ball game. And back and forth we go. Fullerton College will get it at the Mountie 47-yard line.
So from a blocked pass and an interception to a blocked pass and an interception, here comes Fullerton College back onto the field with 9:34 left in the third quarter. You have to start thinking they'll be a lot more aggressive on the play call. At least we would assume, down 27 points here.
The Hornets aren't dead yet. They're trying to sting the Mounties.
Pun intended.
1st and 10 from the 47. Little play action. Tim Holt, lots of room to the far side of the field inside the 35-30. Barrels over a man inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. The tight end, Tim Holt, picks up 24 yards.
And Mount Sac going with a little bit of zone coverage there, and he just found a nice pocket to throw it to him, and he got a nice pickup there on a quick pass out to his tight end short.
9:20 remaining in the third quarter. 30-3 Mounties, but Fullerton on the move.